they text me, you 5 in the morning, you probably done paying your lease. Wanna get out of the country, you say you wanna go on a trip out of Greece. Wanna get out of the country, wanna get different, you wanna get runchy. Buy the ticket right now, bitch, you tell me you want me. For the flight, shit, we spinning the band, shit is cool.
What's up, guys? Kenny goes back to the field. Time for the Raw recap on this wrestling news. I changed it. This is our half a Raw show. But what they can't even kick off the show, they sent Pipebomb shots with CM Punk. And then, I didn't know what's happening, but in the class went on Houston live on Houston. They're on the live streaming here because there's no streaming because there's no live Raw. So it was that case so far. I would say this. It was gonna be a half a big show on this day basis. So now we kicked off with Monday Night Raw on here at this show. So CM Punk kicks off with Monday Night Raw, and that strictly business here with CM Punk. They hit to the ring and open the show, got the microphone, and you taking a seat in the middle of the ring. Ready to see the address on Monday Night Raw. So, why did it with microphone? It's Q&A to the Universe. After whacking the Hollywood and the old timers, what's it about wrestling today? And Punk revealed the WrestleMania 42 opponent was Roman Reigns. He was not in Houston. He then got knocked out by an announce table in a Pipebomb. We know Roman Reigns not here because if Roman Reigns hates him, that he was right. And he would need to be up because I won't trade my authority and approval. That's what he said about this. Punk told the audience, keep chanting. Maybe he'll show up. He told the fans, then he chanted the OTC. And CM Punk tells the W Universe why he hates Roman Reigns. He calls him safe, boring, and plastic while he was labeling himself dangerous. Touted that no one else ever know what he didn't say about him. In the latest Piper promo, the best in the world said this. He took shots on Roman Reigns, The Rock, Vince McMahon. He shits out the fist and says they represent TKO. Who said they couldn't control him? Because they couldn't control him because he getting blackballed after blackballed after blackballed. Because he getting fired. He didn't get fired from CM Punk. But whatever case it is, because CM Punk didn't get blackballed whatsoever because he was dabbing out all the scene. So now, and other cases didn't know why CM Punk didn't get blackballed because they couldn't control him. Because Vince McMahon was on illegal issues with legal cases going on here because he got all the court. That's on cases of Mr. McMahon by illegal issues for that name Janelle Grant was her name, and that case, you don't know what happened. And this is the stage so far. CM Punk got the mix so far here. And they ended off because Pat McAfee sent him with C at the ESPN attack on Cody Rhodes on Friday at SmackDown and demand a lower the ticket prices. Then told the Fed to close things gigs out here. Because CM Punk pulled out TKO and lowered the ticket prices and called Pat McAfee. It was good. I tell you what, it was an A+. It was cinema. It was a promo cinema. And CM Punk did whatever could he had done. So once CM Punk said this, it said he took shots for it. He said shots for everyone else, and I did not see it. Because of him, when CM Punk said it, well, not because he didn't say any at all, more or less. Because no matter what this Punk gets here, because what he wished for, and this will get a great pipe bomb whenever CM Punk said it. Because you know, that's because he's gonna say The Rock. He sends shots to Rock because he's a Hollywood star. And you know, it's gotta be a one less hell of a show. It is so far. And night was on the theory because actual speed, regardless watched from the ringside, the Fed and Influencer Tag Team Championship. Logan Paul and LA Knight scored over on the theory and the singles action. And driven by a several appetite revenge against the same division faction been the bane for his existence for nearly a year. Knight was putting these bad theory and had a commentator while eyeballing is Speed and Paul. And Finn Balor said speaking at the LA Knight and testified to issues. The megastar with the YouTube, the Usos appeared and extracted a loud theory to keep Royal Pictures further interfering with LA Knight. For that, Jimmy and Jey Uso could drop B with a 1D through Paul for his fight in the Arena 4. And LA Knight called out the Raw General Manager Adam Pearce into a challenge with the six-man tag team match and WrestleMania. And through authority figure, he could make it official. And this time around for the official, they had a six-man tag team match. Because B will get destroyed, bro. B will get him destroyed by LA Knight and the Usos. I thought the Usos will face division for the World Tag Team Championship. And now we're gonna have a six-man tag. I guess you'll never know. Because Finn Balor and JD Madonna, the match not even started. The match not even started yet. Finn Balor was supposed to be scheduled against JD Madonna when Dom Mysterio had him from the behind right before WrestleMania 42 opponent. And Finn Balor fought back. JD Madonna away, but Mysterio, Dirty Dom, with a Triple A champion. A triple beatdown, Balor and Shaw, Mysterio was tackling to fair, paid it all with a fallen body. The former leader of Judgment Day. Going outside of WrestleMania and because if Balor needed something, he called out the demon. That's right. Finn Balor called out the demon to destroy Dirty Dom and JD Madonna. Hell, it was. It's back. There's no holding back for Finn Balor. And what the case is for? It's where this man is going to do what he had to do. To unleash the demon. To unleash the demon. That's what I gotta say about it. And the pre-tape promo because AJ Lee and Becky Lynch aired. Wouldn't it be proud for a moment with a man had remembered she knocked down the doors for Liz, walked through, and she ended up reminding her WrestleMania, going that her daughter's favorite wrestler is still AJ Lee. But I know why AJ Lee interviewing with Becky Lynch because she don't know what's going to happen. AJ Lee was been wrestling for 11 years. He was the women's IC championship. For all work, for all good intentions, AJ Lee and Becky Lynch just aired the interview. With that moment, that interview was pretty good for the sense, and that's how it's so far. That's how they got the interview is believable. Why that is have unbelievable segment. Babe for the last legend, to be all around. And Babe looked to regain momentum on night just 3 days to the poor loss on SmackDown as he squared off on having a Women's Tag Team Championship last legend. And I don't know why niggas fans out there because they're on a medical issue here. Because we don't, because niggas fans going to make it clear because I hate the buzz. I really hate the buzz. Because Babe is going to be on really the attempt to win it. Legend, flashing, flying belly, one arm with the break, and the crowd come out of the street, and her size, strength, and speed that to her effective. It was send Bailey, throw out the monster, come back and fall the way back in the match. And the actor broke down, Sean Fair, let's make appear, lay down the role model on ringside, along the 9 jacks. And back up in the ring, right here, tripped up, that's it, the suplex, and Babe with an early pinfall victory. So, it might be in a fair 4-way. The bright way to the Women's Tag Team Championship is because I don't want that. You don't know, they gotta stick it in, they gotta stick their sit there going to 2019 because I don't know what they're talent. And they're better than the Women's Tag Team Division. We don't know what's gonna happen. Then, we can see Seth Rollins promo because Seth Rollins hit the ring, spoke by Paul Heyman, and get impact on her division, and with the bomb breaker and Barton Reed, Bob Barnes both her and our faction. He knew Heyman would find someone to protect him. Then he said he told him to protect him from Wade Gerald Gunther, or he could try to recommend an opponent. Gunther attacked from behind, unwanted and escaped. The two falls before being pulled apart by the referee. As Gunther walked to the stage for the curtain, he to the backstage area, and Paul Heyman waited for him. He said he owed him a very big thank you. Gunther said this, his attack on was not the wise man. They pulled Heyman the close he wanted him. You owe me so much more, and he a big thank you. But that was on the silver platter because call the spade a spade. Because Gunther owed Paul Heyman a favor. He has no Roman favor. That's why Brock Lesnar. He want old Brock Lesnar a favor. Right now. Right now. Then, 6-man tag team match. Penta, Javon Evans, and Dragon Lee and for the Lord Man Congress. Ron Evans and Dragon Lee will challenge Penta for the Intercontinental Championship ladder match at WrestleMania 42, but partner on Monday battle El Grande Americano, Ryan Bravo, in the 6-man tag team bout. As expected, the high-flying babyface took a disguise, seeing control early, and the heels out of entering commotion break. Back in the timeout, the action broke down on 6 men. President himself, he delivered style fast. 1 point. Earned a 2 count before Marcano broke out of the pin. President delivered a Mexican Destroyer on apron and arrow to the OT car, picking the win. And out the match, we saw Rey Mysterio return to the interim himself in ladder match at WrestleMania. So now, we have a 6-way ladder match. Got Jenny Madonna, Ron Evans, Dragon Lee, Penta. What else? Got Ron Evans, Dragon Lee, Penta. Ron Evans, Dragon Lee, Penta, Jenny Madonna, Rusev, and Rey Mysterio. So we got 6 ways. There's no way in the world, because this is the first time I've ever seen. This is the first time I've ever seen Rey Mysterio wasn't there at WrestleMania last year because Rey Phoenix was amazing last year at WrestleMania against that Virgil Americano. Ugh. So this is gonna be a reason. This could be a reason. I'd love to see what's gonna happen. And in the backstage, Rhea Ripley and Io Sky prepare for a tag team match. I didn't see all the theories talking to the match team free. This is not the first time ever. Could be that though. First former women IC champion be the first female division? I gotta check this out. I don't know what the hell's going on. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Missing Be Fast. You know, between you and me, this is what happened. This is what happened last year's match. We see a last year matches. We see a last year's stable competition with B-Fab and Mission. We see a last competition between Mission and Mission and Power Niven. B-Fab which had last 2 sports victories. We've seen this. Committed B-Fab do all the dirty work on the women's champion, Jade Cargill, on Monday night. As they squared off with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. Because Rhea Ripley and Jade Cargill, right man 4-2, opponent, straight to the point. Straight to the point. For the Women's World Championship, hell, best segment. The heels control a large portion of the match. I laid Sky during the commercial break, working over the coming out. When Cargill pulled Ripley off the ring apron, preventing the tag, Sky rolled up and B-Fab won anyway. Okay, so now, after the match, the Hell's Captain Ripley fought to the Watch Car here on the sky with the candlestick and finished up with Jaded. So, what else does guy have to do? I think we really much blood in it. He gonna bust stay open. With a forehead, by the way. In the backstage, during that, after that promo segment with Jennifer Kill, hell, it wasn't easy enough. It's that easy for her, and well, that's the case. Backstage, Liv Morgan tried to discuss the Washington Perez loyalties for the Judgment Day, giving Finn Balor the bar hurt in the group. But stabbed the camera from behind and set her face into the TV. But it is, man. But I said that wasn't good enough. But there is one more promo. One more promo in the segment. Over Femi and Brock Lesnar for the contract signing. Last time I checked, it was a great promo segment. Triple H and Adam Pearce hit the ring for contract signing between Over Femi and Brock Lesnar ahead of the WrestleMania 42 class. During the interviews, Lesnar before Femi hit the ring with a third on the face and chanted Oba, Oba. Oh my God, it was that moving on so soon. And the Kawula, that through the ropes. Lesnar attacked and brawl ensued. Ended with a both men crowd through the table. The security attempt to separate them, but both broke free and resumed the fight. The show went off the air, bumping into the chaos brings the bring. We see the chaos of the air. For exclusive look, we see Brock Lesnar going off with Over Femi going off as well. The security can't control them, they can't control them as well. But no, I think TNA, New Direct Authority, Dyer Ray, and the whole lot of security, the police, should stop and control them, and they don't know what's going on here. But Triple H and Adam Pearce can't do nothing right because Dyer Ray going to take care of business and sign the contract. Hell, I said this one. Family's going to be the next big thing. Next big star. At least for now, World Heavyweight Championship or WWE Championship contestant. Maybe next year or maybe this year. We don't know what's going to happen because the Houston is off the red charts. They're going to be off the charts. This is the A+. This is pure cinema. Absolute cinema. The Ruler and the Beast. At WrestleMania, they're going to be not going to huge disappointment. This is going to be huge disappointment for the Beast for the huge victory. Hell, if you give it a VIP section, the MVP in the grade, hell, the MVP was CM Punk. This was the best show what produced a Road to WrestleMania for the Pipebomb to Femi tearing up the place to close segment. Woo! WrestleMania 42 is going to be good enough here. It's going to be a more match ever seen from purpose. The good outweighed the bad. There was a feature story tease hidden throughout the show, and the result, most trouble walks a week. However, the WWE follows up and sticks landing the question next week's show with a question because it's one final stop, and WrestleMania will be Sacramento. That's right. There's one final stop WrestleMania. For WrestleMania, we'll be headed to Sacramento, California. Raw was cooking. SmackDown absolutely sucked on this episode. But I say this was pretty good. When I say it was pretty good on a show, I say this really going to work. And this show is going to be a little less more often. I say it's going to be a 9 out of 10. In Houston, Texas, Ross and Dub was out there. I saw them on the TV show. I saw them right there out of ago. But I said it once before, I said it again. This is a hype show I've ever seen. SmackDown, still 2.5 episodes. Still 0.5. This episode got sucked. But Raw wasn't cooking. It was cooking. But hey, it is what it is, man. But I'll say it was good. Raw is a great show I've ever seen. And I love it I love to see it. Now we can see more what's going to happen next. Coming up below, how you feel about Monday Night Raw? How you feel about this over Femi and Brock Lesnar? But I thought that was going to jump down the hill to see Brock Lesnar come out here and attack him. Oh man, I love that one to see what's going on. But I like to see what's going to happen Monday Night Raw, the final stop before WrestleMania. Hey, pull up on Tournament Garden with Raw to Dub going to be live on Twitch, and you're going to see what happens. Pull up, and you can be in the Houston area. If you live, go to Houston, just make sure to go ahead. Make sure to be on that time, and you're going to be on 6 p.m. your time with John here, host the WrestleMania 42. Don't miss it. Big it there. I'll put a link in the script on the Eventbrite on the Tournament Garden. Hell, it's going to be it with it. So, down below, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit a look at the bell, and follow me on social media, and you don't want to miss any videos. More keep returning on DP and Home Nugget Studios. I'll see you next time in the next video. Peace. One love, and I'm out. I'll see you next time. Holla. Peace.
With everybody saying, yeah.
You mean to tell me you watched the entire video but you haven't subscribed? Hit the subscribe button and become a member on Patreon or on YouTube to get access to the Discord. We're waiting for you in the Shadow Realm.
Roll credits.
What's his
Roll
name,
credits. You're
Marcy?
welcome for that.
Do it! Just do it! Make your dreams come true! So just do it!
Please!